How's it going, Generals? This is Fiasco, and we're back with Ultimate General Civil War, and with a very special episode of Fiasco Plays. So today we're talking about PandaKraut, PandaKraut's UI and AI adjustment and modification. If you have played Ultimate General before, you can already tell the game has been modified, and we're going to do a quick. This is not a serious playthrough, so I'm not that worried about how this battle goes. We're going to do a quick, just kind of overview of some of the features that the mod brings to the table. And we've got a little Rebel Fiasco here. We've got Crocker. So there's not major changes to the melee units, I suppose. So the big changes are that the most immediate one is the firing arc change. It's been made more visible. There's also a lot better information you can see on the bottom of the screen about the firearms available to your units. Evidently, there's been some changes on the way that skirmisher AI works. I will find that out, I suppose, in the course of the fight. And then also, we can't really see it here. There's been a tweak to the way that the XP works for the beginning of the campaign, where on easy and medium, I want to say it's Light Colonel and Brigadier General, but I'm not actually sure, difficulty levels, you will tick over to your first General's perk at the end of the battle, and at the end of a Major General or Legendary perk battle, you'll be able to pick your second perk. So the first perk on Major General and above is still random, yay, but the officer, you'll be able to pick your second perk, and if you're playing on normal or lower, you'll be able to pick your perk from the very beginning, which is a great quality of life change. Otherwise, though, the mod here is predominantly just simply for usability, and yeah, let's get into it. Take a look and see how some things shake out. I have not tried the Confederate campaign on Major General, but you guys have watched me play the damn Union tutorial enough times that I figured, if we're going to do this, we may as well do it right, so to speak. All right, so we can hear yelling, so someone's coming. I'm assuming it's skirmishers. I had Hexamer here kind of holding the door open, so to speak. I've got Crocker attempting to identify, so the Union garrison of this fort here is pretty small, and I've got Crocker attempting to ID and theoretically even engage. Yeah, perfect. All right, get out of there. So we've got the 2nd and 3rd Ohio relatively in the open. We're going to go ahead and fold Siegfried skirmishers back into the parent unit because he's taken some pretty heavy losses. I'm trying to keep this skirmisher unit busy while Crocker hopefully deals with Chetland. It's not going great, but we got the guy out in the open, so hopefully things will get a little better here. We'll see. Hexamer is getting some great flank shots on that unit of skirmishers, however. And then before too long here, we're going to get our reinforcements. But evidently, I forgot about Miles's unit. This is kind of a bitch of a fight. Like there's no getting around the fact that this is the Confederate tutorial's not a joke. And I hesitate to say tutorial. I've heard some folks not jokingly say that this is the hardest battle in the Confederate campaign, and I would not say that they're wrong. All right, so Crocker's basically effed, which is fine. It's not fine. It's just, it is what it is. I need to get Confederate reinforcements in here. They're charging. I've got a star, and they don't, so we'll see. Of course, it's the unit that doesn't have the endurance perk. I've also got a general in the area, and they don't. So that should help as well. Dude, fucking shatter already. God damn. Or at least run away. All right, Crocker, get out of there. You're just wasting your damn time. All right, get off a volley if you can, but if you can't, that's fine. So one of the things I think that's really exciting about this mod is it puts more information in the player's hand, and that's, I think, the most important thing. This has always been a fun game. I've always loved the way the game plays. I've always loved the conceptualization of what the game's trying to sell or trying to offer. But some of the data that it gives players, I don't want to say it's obfuscated. That's not the right word, but it's not as open a system as I think I would like to see it be. So we'll try and get Bernie over here to support Kemper and Siegfried, and then Canfield and Allen are actually going to push up, not to try and take the fort, but once these guys decide that they've had enough, I don't want them hanging. I don't want. I want troops here basically because I want to block off. I want to cut these guys off from being able to get to the fort. So there's still a skirmisher unit over here, and I'm confident that Hexamer in this house can deal with these guys. And now I've got Kemper skirmishers hanging out, doing their thing. I'm debating folding them back into Kemper and then breaking off from Siegfried because Siegfried's taken some pretty heavy losses. And that's the same size. Screw it. All right. I was expecting Siegfried's skirmisher unit to be smaller, but evidently I'm wrong. Okay, so let's actually push you south and see if we can't flank. Eventually I want to push them into the open where Canfield and Allen can pounce. Because frankly, taking the fort is not the hard part of this battle. Just like taking Philippi isn't the hard part of the Union campaign, it's holding Philippi. So in a lot of ways, these two battles are the same. And just like I'm dealing with that stupid train in the Union battle, I'm dealing with like the two ironclads that are going to be out here in the campaign. So the intention for this video is not really to start to kick off a Confederate Major General Let's Play or anything silly like that. The intention for this video is to show off how much good data is being given to the player. Take a look at the ridiculously low accuracy stat on the Springfield musket. So what this is telling you is that at its maximum range, the Springfield musket is atrociously inaccurate. Now, as you can see, it's fine once you get closer. All weapons apparently have the same theoretical maximum range. It's accuracy that starts to really matter. So we've got 2nd Ohio flanked theoretically in the range of shattering. Probably not, but certainly routing. And then we'll start dealing with 3rd Ohio. Some of the other great pieces of information it gives you. So some of this stuff won't really be all that useful until we get to look at artillery. And it gives you some really great data to work with as far as artillery is concerned. And that's what I think is super important. A good general or a good commander in this game needs good data, good information so that they can make informed decisions as to what is the best strategy for a certain, situation. Let's go ahead and close the door. Why not? So, yeah. I don't think that we're in a position yet to be charging. Notice how just massively ineffective. I mean, this is a thing with smoothbores. Nothing that you're seeing here is going to be terribly different. But now we can go ahead and try and aggressively advance. And then if I can get them to rout, I'll be able to get Crocker in on their rear. He's severely depleted in terms of his numbers. I'm not expecting Crocker to make it through this battle. The nice thing about the fact that, 2nd Ohio's morale shocked, I can go ahead and get Bernie right up on his ass, where theoretically speaking, I can make use of that accuracy high value, which is the number that indicates when the weapon is at its most effective range, evidently very close, and it really picks up. So I don't know the band within this kind of semicone you see coming out of the unit here, but between 12.5 and 110 is the accuracy of the weapon. And just like how cannons have solid canister and bursting shot, what's that called? Shrapnel? I don't know. Shell. Yeah. So bolt, shell, and canister. Similarly, muskets and rifles have effectiveness bands, and it's some number between 12.5 and 110 in the case of the Springfield 1842, that will sort of play out what the accuracy of the unit is at the time that you shoot. So you now have the data to know, like, okay, I want to be as close as possible to get the most work out of this gun that I can. Now that we knew that going into playing Ultimate General. Anybody who's played the games figured out the smoothbore weapons are really good up close, but pretty shitty far away. But now the data is being put right in front of you. You also see how much ammunition it consumes in the course of firing a round, how much ammunition the unit carries. So the guys have 30 rounds, and you know that they can shoot 30 times. Each individual soldier can shoot 30 times before it blows off the ammo. Now, I don't know what collateral damage radius means. I'm assuming it's, if it bleeds over and hitting other guys or not. But yeah, so now I know I want to get Bernie right up on 2nd Ohio's ass because they're currently not firing effectively. And then we'll just get rid of him. Hopefully he retreats or surrenders, that's the word I'm looking for. Evidently not. We just lost an officer out of the deal. That's great. It's Crocker? So it's the cab officer. Jesus Christ, cab officers never make it. All right, cool. So that's a unit shattered. We'll get Crocker out of there. Cost him 6 guys, one of them being an officer, which is obviously not great. All right, so we haven't even approached the fort yet, and we got 2 hours to do it, which is fine. We haven't even approached the fort yet. We've already wiped out 1 unit, and depending on how this goes, we could take out another. I'm going to see if I can't get all these guys into position and then charge them with 3 at once. They're obviously exhausted. Makes sense given all the maneuvering they've been doing, especially Siegfried does not have the endurance perk. Bernie, what do you have? He's got the morale perk as well. All right. So he's morale shocked. We're going to get our units up close. Everyone's exhausted, so I think charging probably won't happen. All right, so they're probably going to come back at some juncture and be a pain in my ass. So I'm going to have Hexamer kind of on watch for that, and we're gonna get the army ready to storm the fort. But the Springfield 1855 significantly outranges the effective range is still the same. They're both effectively ranged at 200 or 300. However, look at the low. So up close, Springfield 42, where are you? Up close, accuracy high 110, but it falls all the way down to 12.5 at presumably it's outer range. At 300, it is a 12.5 accuracy weapon, and presumably at like 20 yards or whatever, it's 110. Now let's take a look at the Springfield 55. Still effective range 300. However, accuracy low, 65. Accuracy high, 110. Right up on their butt, the 42 and the 55 are equally effective. At the edge of their range, however, the 55 is still very effective. And the game now gives us this kind of data with which we can make these informed decisions. That's what I think is the most exciting part of this mod, is that it finally kind of clarifies some of this information for the player. So we're in a great position to just keep on trading shots. If he wants to go ahead and do that, I'm fine with it. I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of the army rest up. And I'm not mega worried about generating some kind of let's play here or anything. This is just sort of an example battle. But man, is this fight fun. All right, so we're going to let the army rest up a little bit. Probably take the time that we need to shatter 3rd Ohio. How are they doing? Yeah, so we're not going to start moving until this guy's at 50. So yeah, good job, Hexamer. And you're still not quite there yet, but that's fine. With the power of editing, I can probably go ahead and cut out the time or just speed it up. Okay, so the Confederate Army is probably ready to go ahead and push on the fort. We're going to go ahead and deploy Hexamer and Conquer out here, and then push the infantry up, keep Rebel Fiasco kind of just generally in position. When I get closer, I'm going to detach skirmishers from Canfield and Allen and have them kind of lead the attack. In that, I don't know the math behind it, but skirmishers just seem to have a debuff or some sort of inherent defense against shooting. So it'll make approaching the fort a lot easier. And actually, we're going to approach from his flank. I still want to keep Kemper's skirmishers here, which is why I'm glad Kemper's in the rear. So the reason I'm deploying these troops here is that it seems like in my experience, whenever you take the fort, the cannon try and retreat in this direction. They try and break off and go that way. So I'm attempting to sort of preempt that movement. And we're going to go ahead and speed up again. And they've got a pair of 6-pounder batteries in there. All right, so that position, we're good, you're rested. Awesome, let's do this. Detach. Oh, they've got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Oh, cool. I mean, none of it's going to be able to stand up to 5 brigades of infantry, but still. Okay. One more just to kind of keep an eye on things. All right. I'll give the infantry the order to run here before too long, but I'm not going to waste stamina before I need to. We'll see how this goes. All right, skirmishers eating fire on the way in. 1 skirmisher unit pulled off to the side just to keep an eye on things. Give me a second. All right, let's do this. And charge. Swarm the walls. Ah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at this game, but it just doesn't seem like there's any way to do this that isn't incredibly messy. I really hate that. Like, I hate taking this fort. Okay, day 2. Day 2 is when it gets good. So the units are actually in decent condition, considering what all has been asked of them. So here we go. This is what I was most excited about. Artillery information. Take a look at this sexy shit. All right, so the cool thing, I love this blurb. So it's the same information you see on a musket. Accuracy low, accuracy high, ammunition, ammo cost. It costs evidently 100 points. I'm presuming ammo cost is supply. I'm guessing it costs 100 points of supply to fire this thing, I guess. I don't know. Collateral damage radius 250. So you see that it does more collateral damage than a musket, which makes a whole lot of sense, obviously. But then take a look at this. So presumably this inner ring here is where the cannon would fire shotgun canister type shells. Presumably this is where you would fire shrapnel explodey type stuff. And then all the way out here is where you fire basically totally useless hard shell. And then the best part about this is freaking great. This is like worth the install of the mod by itself. Effective short range canister, average shell, poor solid. It gives you a very clear breakdown, and it's more or less saying the same stuff. Standard smoothbore cannon, very weak in long range fire, and then it just kind of breaks that down into the range band below it. So what have we known? What have you seen in my playthroughs? What have you seen in everybody else's playthroughs? That the 6-pounder is an excellent, very close range and highly affordable infantry support gun, but is not the kind of thing you would use for long-range bombardment. Again, if you've been playing this game for ages, you figured a lot of this stuff out just by intuition, but for the new players especially, here's the data right in front of you. Boom, now you know. It's one of the things that I think makes this mod absolutely 100%, one of the most... I got a huge thanks to PandaKraut for their contributions to the community, because this, I cannot state how impressive this kind of thing is. All right, so yeah, they're going to shoot the boats. It's whatever. Here comes the army. I'm going to pull cable off the wall, in that cable is one of the units we get to keep. Not that I have any great expectation that this will end up turning into any kind of let's play. I just, this is a fun fight. It's a bitch, but it's a fun fight. Oh, look, we're in shell range, and now the game tells you that. It's one of the best parts about this mod. I better get more reinforcements than that. Otherwise, we are we are in for a surprise. I wish you got to keep Hexamer's unit. I think a unit of skirmishers with 55s would actually be pretty bitchin'. Let's just speed it up. So we're at shell range. We know we're not going to get very efficacious fire. However, we're in a fort and we got all kinds of supplies, so screw it. Yeah, so it does not appear as if we're getting more reinforcements. This is probably not going to go well. I'm going to pull Merit off the wall as well. Oh, thank goodness. You guys could have been here like 2 minutes ago. My life would be a lot better right now. I think I'm supposed to get one more, right? I don't know why. This is such a poorly designed mission. Like, hey, these guys took the fort with you, but now they're going to fuck off for a bit. Like, what, did you think that they weren't going to come back? Try and take the fort back? Just barely inside shell range. Love it. So, yeah, we're going to be relying pretty heavily on canister to hold this thing, obviously. Well, okay. Here comes probably the big, oh God. All right. You need to get out of the friggin' woods, man. And also, I would say they need to run, but they're exhausted. Actually, you need to still run and take the wind out of this guy's sails. So Siegfried skirmishers are almost certainly not going to make it, but that's not the point. Yeah, we do the best we can with what we've got. I'm not that worried about the skirmisher wagon, or the skirmisher wagon, the supply wagon. Actually, a skirmisher wagon would be cool as hell, right? Okay, so Siegfried skirmishers decided that was probably not a good time, which makes perfect sense. We've got a reserve in Siegfried's actual unit. We have our backstop starting to come online, although it's just one unit. and the other one is exhausted, so I'm going to just have to walk that one. Um, hmm. If Crocker was in better shape, I'd send him cannon hunting, but he's just not up to the challenge right now, I don't think. I mean, neither really is Alan. Look at that efficiency. Ooh, boy. It's just a bunch of NCOs running that thing. It's a bunch of sergeants driving the show. And having been a sergeant, I can tell you that might not be a good thing. Officers dropping like flies. That's excellent. All right. So, second unit of skirmishers decided to fuck off. Again, that makes perfect sense. Fuck. Wasn't paying attention. You're just too tired to help. Okay, let's get Cable or Crocker out there to help out. Ooh. Okay, they've pulled 2 brigades to deal with this new push of mine, which seems like a gross misallocation of resources because, I mean, these, 700 exhausted dudes or 800 exhausted dudes, the hell are they going to do? I mean, hey, whatever. If they want to do it, I'm not going to stop them. What I would not give for you to be carbine cavalry right now, I would literally I don't know. It would be awesome. So they're done. This is the most ridiculous fight. General, go do general things, I guess. See what you got. What's down here? Oh, a supply wagon. Okay. So they've got a modicum of cover. Thank goodness Brook is broken for the most part and blocking Grant's fire, because once Grant unloads on me, shit's going to get real. The artillery is absolutely doing its job. All right, so I think we both know we're going to get very ineffective fire from unexhausted Canfield at maximum range with smoothbores, but I don't think that I have another option except to try and draw fire in a different direction. Yeah, no, Charger skirmishers, I appreciate that. Thank you for that help. Love it. Love it. Shatter, please. I'll take it. Despite the fact that we're manning the walls of a fort, I would not recommend actually manning the walls of the fort. And I would advance to get a more effective fire, but there's just not a place to do it, or not a way to do so here that's going to work. Let's see if I can't thread the needle and get battle. Yeah, no, that's going to go poorly. Maybe. Yep, definitely. All right, now I can get aggressive. Crocker's gone. That's fine. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. Just get out of there. Keep running. Keep drawing shit away. Oh, fuck. Well, that's not going to go well for Alan. When these guys are just too exhausted to get over there and help. Which is a shame, because I'm pretty sure they could turn that tide, but they're just not going to be able to. Ooh, can you? Can we? It'd be real cool if we could. Nice. I mean, they're I'll be honest, these guys are really outstripping my expectations of their performance by a long shot. Really get in there. Oh, God, please. Turn this. Why is there 2 wagons? That's weird. Get out of there. Holy crap. You know what? You guys go ahead and merge, because you're not a unit. Yeah, I mean, the general's going to come get it back, I assume. That's cool. I mean, hey, whatever. It's fine. Keep going. I'm not that worried if we lose the supply wagon. The meaningful threat to my front, there's what, 1,000 guys, 1,100 guys down here. Jesus, this fight's not a joke. Camper's not long for the world either, it doesn't look like. Oh, good God. How the hell are we going to hold for another freaking hour? Oh, my God. That'll do it. I mean, you shatter some of these units and things get a little easier. Get up on him. Shoot before he does. That's rough. All right. Grant, get out of here, dude. I mean, it's saving grace that some of these units are rested, I think. Let's just remind Grant that this is my fort now. All right, good job, supply wagon. You did your thing. I approve. All right, Siegfried gets down there. We want to keep. Actually, you go in the middle. I want Kemper on the edge because he's about ready to just call it a day. Throw in the towel. Maybe you're in shotgun range? Not quite. Still, enough to turn the tide. Get those Union boys out of here. Yeah, remind them what's up. I say, show those chaps what for. All right, get in the fort, dude. Stop. Like, this has been just a comedy of errors trying to get this stupid supply wagon in here. All right, 25 minutes, almost done. Jesus Christ. I still think this is one of the hardest. This is the hardest battle in this stupid game. I'm shocked at like how like on the normal playthrough I just completely schooled the Union Army. Do it. Get in there. Yeah, man, free. By all means. There you go. Supplies for everyone, finally. Get your stuff. No. I'm not kidding. Get in there. Dude, no. Stop being stupid. You have a job. Your job is to shoot that. See, you Turks exposed your flank, and now you're being dumb. I'm gonna move Kemper now. Take weight off your ass. Yes, get us out of here. All right, cool, whatever. So the other thing that's very nice is, yeah, you do the thing. Okay, great. So you start off, you get the ability to pick your second perk. So the first one's unfortunately always random. That sucks, whatever, here we are. But now you can pick these. So there is a mod by the same person that rebalances all of these things and changes a lot of what these say they do. And they can't put new buttons in there to my knowledge, and they can't change the logos to my knowledge. But what they can do is they can tweak the XP levels so that at the end of this battle, you now have the ability to kind of do whatever. So one thing that's interesting is, where's the artillery? Yeah. So you now have a lot of good data when you're buying your cannons. Like, what do I want this gun for? What do I need that particular piece of artillery to do? And you have a lot more data with which to do all of these things. None of these things are figured or changed. The game is still the game. Nothing has changed. There is a mod that changes the balance on a lot of these factors, but that's not this mod. And so I'm going to be carrying this mod forward in my Union Major General Let's Play. And Jesus, these units are just destroyed, aren't they? Good God. I'm going to be taking this, sorry, taking this mod forward into my Union Let's Play. And yeah, I just wanted to do a quick vid, talk about what's going on. We'll go ahead and bump that. In PandaKraut's incredible work. Huge boon to the community. There's going to be a link to the mod in the bottom of the website, or the doobly-doo. And I'll go ahead and obviously I'm going to be accelerating through most of the combat because you're not really here to watch the battle. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. This is Fiasco. Once again, huge thanks to PandaKraut. Huge thanks to the Reddit community for Ultimate General. And also, of course, the Game Lab forums for hosting all this stuff. Thanks again. Bye.